6,500 in the Motorpoint Arena, blackout, spotlights, oh yes, and the Panthers in town. Look who's back, Craig Kowalski. And also a new signing as well, Phil Oreskovic. He was to patrol the Panthers' blue line. In goal for the Steelers, Frank Doyle, look at those eyes. Look who was back as well, Mad Max was back, his first home game since breaking his ankle against the Panthers, ironically. Well, an even start to this one. Both teams in the first minute had chances. The Sheffield Steelers warmed up Kowalski. Oreskovic was pushing his non-considerable weight around in the early parts of this game. Obviously hadn't received the do not touch Robert Dowd memo. Panthers on the early power play though. Phillips already in the penalty box when Drew Fatter gets called for hooking. The Panthers were about to go on a 5-on-3 power play. Fatter joined Jonathan Phillips and the Panthers power play machine went into action. That of course always as ever involves 5, David Clark, and Weaver would find Clark. Clark shot, rebounds off the backboards, Lee Salters there. First to react, he shoots, he scores from close range. The Panthers led 1-0, 3:28. Again, there's the shot off the backboards. David Clark, Salters finds that place well, and Salters assisted Clark and Weaver. Henley off for interference. At this point, he's just about to come back onto the ice, so the Steelers power play is over, and the third line is out. Spencer, brilliant work, Tim Spencer. On the wraparound, everything gravitates towards Spencer. Johnny on the spot is Jonathan Phillips. 1-1. What a great play, Tim Spencer. Hewitt and Spencer would pick up assists on Phillips' goal. But as we see it again, Spencer on the wraparound, everything gravitates 3 players to Spencer, and it leaves Jonathan Phillips all alone. He shoots, he scores. Folks, were tied at 1 at the end of the first period. Second session. Chances for the Nottingham Panthers, but the Steelers come, and they come with speed. Sirianni and Di Casmiro. It's a delayed penalty. Di Casmiro back to Gertsen. He finishes well, and Stephen Gertsen. If there's a better import in the league right now than Stephen Gertsen, memo me and tell me who he is, because I haven't seen him. Gertsen, Di Casmiro, back to Gertsen, and he finishes like a captain should. And at 21:49 on the delayed penalty, the Steelers are 2-1 up. No better sight than hockey than a Stephen Gertsen smile. Hooking Minor about to come in on the Panthers, and Yassine goes off for hooking. It left the Steelers on a 4-on-3 power play. Henley and Lacroix had clashed earlier. They were both off on slashing minors. So a 4-on-3 power play for the Sheffield Steelers. And at 24:01, Fats got the shot away. Gertsen got the tip. And the Steelers led 3-1. That shot is so important on the power play, Drew Fatter. Redirect from Gertsen. I don't know which part of Gertsen it hit. Weaver could do nothing about it in front. Kowalski could do nothing about it, and the Steelers led. Nottingham 5-on-3 power play. A bench minor for the Steelers, and Lacroix sat in the penalty box. Weaver and Clark again. Frank Doyle was like a vacuum. Nothing was getting from him tonight. Doyle again outstanding. But the Steelers would break. Robert Dowd. Taxi for the defenseman. Good stop by Kowalski. Di Casmiro does a great piece of work here. Protects the puck. Backhand feed out to Dowd. Dowd shoots and scores as he's being taken down by Salters. But Dowd makes it 4-1. Di Casmiro and Sirianni with the assists. But what about that for a piece of work from Di Casmiro? And on the spinorama, you can only sit and watch Lee Salters as the boy wonder shoots and scores. Steelers led 4-1. Frank Doyle again outstanding. A little bit of pushing and shoving. Callis and Spencer. I don't think Clark and Benedict are going to get up to much with Spencer around. Linesmen break it up. But still, Gertsen now off for interference. Panthers on the power play again. Lovely goal here as David Clark finds some space to get the one-timer away. Keep your eyes on David Clark. He reads the play well. Nice one-time pass from Matt Ryan and a tap in from Salters. Clark shot, tipped, as Gertson tipped earlier. Salters tips for a second time. Lovely play from Ryan, one-timer from Clarkey. And at 36:43, it's 4-2. Marigolds were out, washing up was done, and we're into the third period. Everything the Nottingham Panthers had, they threw at the Steelers, but time for a late one, I fear. We hadn't seen a Jeff Legui special, had we, on this night? He got a little bit lucky with the bounce here. The shot from Legui, and it ricochets off the stick of Jonathan Weaver. Kowalski had already committed, and the puck trickles past Kowalski for a 5-2 final scoreline, and a well-deserved 5-2 final scoreline as well. The Steelers were simply terrific on a Saturday night at the House of Steel. Yes, a little fortuitous with the fifth one, but the Steelers wrapped up, and look at Frank Doyle. He shows little emotion, Frank, except when a win comes along, and then he's the emotional man on the ice. Steelers 5, the Nottingham Panthers 2. Happier with the coaches was Christiansen and Lefebvre. Some thinking to do for Nielsen and Strachan. Brandon Benedict was the Nottingham Panthers man of the match. John Campbell from Unison proudly presented the two man of the match awards. And as I say, Stephen Gertson, no better than Stephen Gertson right now, in a fine run of form, and he led the Sheffield Steelers. Let's hear what the coach Doug Christiansen had to say following that victory.
Yeah, I thought we did. We showed a lot of different things tonight. We obviously showed some character to come back after just giving up an early goal. We've done that a number of times, but I thought through and through the lineup, the guys were committed. They worked hard. They battled. The penalty kill, 5-on-3, 4-on-3, did a really good job. The power play comes up with a big goal, but I thought overall the team battled. They worked hard. They cared. They were passionate. They were finishing their hits. They didn't take any grief, and vice versa. And both teams, played aggressive tonight.
Talk to me about Stephen Gertson as well. Just outstanding. He's getting better and better as the years goes on.
Yeah, let's be honest. We were joking a couple of weeks ago when if you want points, give the puck to Gertz, and that's not really a joke. He's just that good. He's big. He's fast. He skates well. He's just a beast for us. And when your captain's playing well and competing and working hard, it raises everybody's game.
5-2, it says on the scoreline, but Frank Doyle had a lot to do tonight. Faced a lot of rubber and made some big saves as well.
Yeah, I thought Frankie played great, but one thing that he did tonight that we encouraged him to do, and he did an excellent job of, he moved the puck very well. He came out, alleviated some of the pressure off of dumps, both on the power play, but also 5-on-5, and that's something for us. If he can be like a third defenseman for us, it improves our transition. It makes us a much better team. So not just stopping the puck, he was good moving it as well.
Talk to me about as well Stephen Gertson. He comes in for Steph Meyer, and sorry, not Max Lacroix. So he comes in for Stephen for Crikey. Cut that one out, Martin. Talk to me a little bit about Max Lacroix, because he comes in for Stephen Meyer and does a good job again.
Yeah, no question. One of the things that we wanted all year was to have the ability to keep guys out when they're hurt, so they don't get more injured and have worse problems. And you look at some of the injuries that guys played with earlier in the year, but that you would have liked to have been able to say, hey, take a day, take a night, heal your body like we did last weekend with Gertson. Max did a good job for us tonight. Obviously very disappointed in the penalty. He knows that. The 10-minute misconduct, bad penalty as well. But that's part of it. Sometimes you have a little bit of passion. Sometimes your passion bubbles over. But we've addressed that. We move on. But he's a pretty dangerous player for us, and I think that he's going to be very, very important for us down the stretch.
After the deflation of the Belfast defeat, and with them being so far ahead of us in the standings, how hard has it been this week for you to keep the guys going and almost give them something to play for, because the season's still got such a long way to go?
Yeah, I think that one of the things that everybody over here gets so caught up with is just the league, and that therefore the games don't matter. I think that's not hockey. Hockey is oftentimes jockeying for position. I know, having coached in Edinburgh, that it's about where you finish in the league and your standings and who you might play against. And it's pretty fun right now. You look at the standings and you see, yeah, we know where Belfast is, but we also see everybody around us. You know that you have to be playing your best. Win tonight, we jump Nottingham, and a win tomorrow, we get back into second place where we want to be. So there's a lot to play for. So we just focus really on that. And I think the most important thing, and the thing that North Americans really buy into and understand, which is peaking at the right time, which is the second half, as you call the business end of the season. And there's still hockey to be played. A win tomorrow, and obviously we got 3 big games this week. That you never know. Could be a fun couple weeks.